the weather was last night. It just this morning I walked the course at 8:30 and they were like almost dry.
Wow, cool.
So everybody was like really eager to get out early and.
Well, look, it's a Sunday morning. Actually, it does this will get published today. So this is a Sunday morning. I know you're busy, probably busy time over at the world famous Wesson Lawn Tennis Club. That is Jeff Jacklich over there, co-creator of GoldBallHunting.com.
Co-creator.
Yes, man. And actually, it
sounds like I'm smart.
well, you look smart with those glasses on, even though you got that grin going. Like, well, that's. Anyway. So, well, look, guys, we got to make this short because Jeff is on the run. I got to scoot over to the Berkeley Tennis Club. I got some doubles with the fellas today. Yeah. So, listen, before we talk about our free coaching call, which we will get to here at the end, we got kind of a cool offer for you, everybody. And listen, thanks for dropping in another episode of the Gold Ball Hunting Podcast. Today's episode number 196, Jeff.
Woo!
We are closing in on 200 like a freight train. Can you hear it? Can you hear the freight train coming, man? Yeah. Okay, good. Chicka. Here we go. All right, listen. I played singles last week against a guy. I'll keep it nameless because I'm gonna do a little tough love on this dude, and he knows who he is. So anyway, we're playing singles. We get about halfway through the second set, and the one thing I noticed is that every time he wins a point, he turns around, goes back to the baseline, whether he's serving or returning serve. He's got this nice kind of look, It's the chest is up, the eyes are looking forward. And he's not rushing. He's not going, I'm the man. Turning to the Berkeley Tennis Club clubhouse and going, that's right. I'm the man. None of that stuff. It's not over the top. On the other side, every time he loses a point, is that now all of a sudden the head is down, the back gets rounded, and there's this speed of the walk that is completely different speed than when he wins points. And the speed of the walk is like this slow death march off of the gangplank, like the pirates have come in and taken over a ship. They're going, what do you want to do?
Dead man walking. Yeah, dead man walking.
Total dead man walking. And there's there's a real slow shaking of the head, like, how could I? And obviously there's no look up at the clubhouse because you wouldn't want that. So I told him, I said, like one of the side changes, I said, look, do you know you do this? And I said, do you know you have totally different walking speeds depending on what just happened to the point? And so, like, if I walked up and I hadn't seen you play, man, and I saw the end of a point, I would know exactly what just happened. You either won a point or lost a point. So we chatted for a while about, and look, I was not the poster boy a few years ago for being able to talk about this thing. But one of the things I've learned is that we all, and we've talked about this, managing the between points time, the 80% of the match, which a lot of times when you say that to someone, do you know that 80% of the match is not playing the points? They kind of go, they kind of, what? What?
Yeah.
What? Could you say that again? And you go,
hour and a half of tennis. Guess what? An hour and 10 minutes is not playing tennis.
So, like when I take video of a match, right? When I take video of a match and it's an hour and a half match and I cut out all the between points time, I get the entire 7-6, 7-5 match down to about 19 minutes. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Right.
It's
and
crazy.
It's like, listen, you're spending the bulk of your time not playing tennis. Maybe we should learn how to manage that time a little better.
And maybe we should learn how to manage the initial response to what just happened and the initial part of that between points time. So what I told him is that, look, what I've learned over the last few years is that if I have just hit probably the best running forehand up the line, I cannot go, yeah, baby, come on now, and give it the fist pump and just, all that stuff and go completely off the charts and kind of Irish jig myself back to the starting point, clicking my heels, right?
Right.
As opposed
There's no
to
place like home.
that's right,
Clicking my heels 3 times.
right.
There's no place like home, right?
And
Yeah.
so, or conversely, I've taken the guy off the court and I'm coming in for the volley. He's actually tripped. He's fallen down outside the alley. And now he's fluffed up this thing, and all I got to do is just somehow, I can take my racket handle and just bunt it in there.
Right.
But I find a way to miss the shot. Right?
Right.
And so rather than doing the death march after that, I've found that there's a certain posture, a certain walking speed that I've got to have. And so I suggested this to him, and he says, well, when I walk real slow, all I'm trying to do is slow things down. I'm going, wait, stop. I said, when you win points, you're not running over there to get ready. You've got a nice, clean speed.
Right.
You're staying organized. You're not rushing. Don't give me that crap. He went,
right.
Oh, God, okay.
Well, I mean, the other thing is this. Just because you lost a point doesn't mean that, all is lost.
That's right.
This is the end and I need to slow things down. No, there's a rhythm to the game, right? And if I've done everything right, and I come in and I miscue a volley, but I'm still in rhythm.
Right.
I need to stay in rhythm because I need my serve. I'm on a mark here. I'm in my little, like I said, rhythm, and there's nothing wrong with my rhythm right now. I just, oh my gosh, I lost a point.
Yeah, that's right, and that's really kind of
there's nothing to panic over.
Yeah, and I think what you do is your body language response to what just happened.
Yeah.
Sets expectations. If you've hit the greatest shot of all time and you give it the yeah baby, well you're just telling your brain, this is what I want to expect every time, every point. The next point, this is exactly what I want to expect. We know that's not going to happen every time. And every time you go down in the dumps, the slow death march is now you're setting expectations.
Right. The other not to get overly scientific, but you actually change your body chemistry. The slump shoulders, or this and that, your body's actually chemically reacting to that posture. Whereas if you just don't react to it, stand up, throw the shoulders back, and take a positive posture, your body chemistry works in your favor now. It's very difficult to stand tall, and walk proud, and maintain that negative outlook in your mind because your body chemistry has actually changed. So it's a bigger issue, I think, than a lot of players even realize. They don't understand they're feeding this negativity, even though they may not be saying anything negative in their head. They're feeding it physically.
Yeah.
And there are negative repercussions to that.
Yeah. Well, look, the second part for me now is if I do miss that easy shot, let's say that I've got an easy pass and I go up the line and sail it deep, maybe go too close to the line, it goes wide, or hit the ball, come off it. So I want to initially go with, well, what's the posture I want? What's the body language I want immediately for a couple seconds? And then I guess it's not asking a question, but I'm going to tell myself, well, what I meant to do instead. So it's a real positive, and then I'll rehearse that swing a couple times. And I do want to set intentions for the next time I'm in that situation, which is, well, what I meant to do instead, and here's the feeling that I want with that swing. I'm not going to go through all the body mechanics. I'm not going to list out, okay, we got to turn the hands, we got to get the framework going, we got to do this. I get on my right foot, and I kind of make sure that my left foot doesn't cross over until this, and then I got to be able to, make sure spacing's right and all this kind of. No, I just want to turn and get the feeling of what it would be like to swing the racket that would send the ball to the target that I want over the top of the net. And from there, then you've kind of cleaned the slate and you're really sort of setting yourself up to play the next point up to the best of your current skill level. And so that's all I got for today, man. That's it.
Well, that's good, though, but I think it's really critical because even in, the social matches and things, everybody has their, it is an aspect of the game that requires attention to understand the fallout when you have that kind of body posture. Obviously, the negative self-talk. It's like it is.
Well, look, I think
you have to learn to manage it. So
Well, and I think a lot of tournament players, league players, they do not use their practice matches or sets as opportunities to build good habits for how you want to respond. Once you get in that league match, and man, whether it's singles or whether it's doubles, and it's crunch time. If you haven't practiced how you want to respond after losing an easy point, you're going to go ballistic.
I think the other thing too, let's throw this in there, is that actually, number one is most players in their practice sessions are only focused on trying to win the practice set, which is totally, I think, counterproductive to actually getting better. And we've talked a lot about that. So that's one. Two is it takes trial and error. You got to do recon. You got to figure out your own body rhythms. How do you feel? You got to pay attention to it. Like, what works for me? 2 big breaths and a blah blah blah. Well, you may start out with 3 big breaths and something else, and you got to find your routine. It's because it doesn't just magically appear. Like the first one you try may not be it. You got to tinker with this stuff and find what works for you. And it's not going to be the same as you. You like the hook of a song. If you're into jazz at the moment, that's where you're at, which is cool, and all that. But it's unique to you. So I think I want to, that would be the next thing, is that players, it's great to pull something out of a, Alan Fox's book or Jim Lohr or some of the sports psychologists, and great, and they give you a basic premise and a routine. But then you got to tweak that a little bit. You got to tweak it a little bit.
Totally agree.
What's comfortable for you.
Yeah, and once you find what's comfortable for you, which you're going to develop in the practice matches, then you got a chance to be able to take it out in a real match, whether it's a tournament or a league match, and make it feel authentic. Because you can read the books and you can watch the videos and you can listen to what my 4-part between points routine is, but if you then try to just flip the switch on it to make it happen in a crunch time in a match, look, it just is. It's not going to feel honest, right? It's not going to feel authentic, and you can't. And even if you practice the crap out of it during practice matches, you cannot take it to a real deal match where it counts and not do it between each and every point. You can't go. God, it's tiebreaker. It's 5-all. Oh. I'm gonna start doing it now. I'll start doing the between points routine now. So, all right. Well, listen.
All right.
So, like I mentioned in the beginning, Jeff, you and I are still offering a free 10-minute coaching call. Right? It's private. It's free. Might not sound like a lot of time to you, but if you'll bring that one thing in your game right now that you feel is potentially holding you back from getting the result you want, whether it's technique, tactic, strategy, mental, maybe it's physical. Maybe there's something we need to help you work on to physically become a little bit better.
Right.
Who knows? But whatever that is, go over to goalballhunting.com, drop in the first name and email address, click the button, and you'll get access to our online calendar scheduler where you can cherry pick a date and time that works best for you. Guys, if you're already on our email list, you know somewhere in that email that you get every day, because we're announcing a new episode. We are broadcasting. We are publishing every day. Somewhere in that email is a link that will take you to the online calendar scheduler. Jeffrey, I know you're on the run. What would we like the fine folks to do right now?
Like us, share us, please subscribe. Let us know what you think down below.
Outstanding. Guys, get out there today. Help someone else have another spectacular day. Jeffrey, let's do this again tomorrow.
Can't wait.